The review this pub put on the wall. The pub specializes in craft beer. Looked okay from outside. Too many local unknown beers to choose from once inside though. No Stella, Kronenberg Eat or any popular global beer. We stayed for 1 pint and left to a proper pub that does well beers. Bit of a hippie, trendy crowd too, which wasn't impressive. Also barman far too enthusiastic and excited about selection of beers. Helpful? This sandwich shop displays their 1-star reviews. I'm people Luke cold subs. My son came home with a sticker reminding us picture day was the next day. I like how the exterior surface of your child is the most convenient and reliable medium of communication between the school and the parents. Pumpkin peels look like low-resolution images. The shower in my hotel is a glass cube in the center of the room. Our cruise came to a standstill after finding these castaways in the middle of the Atlantic. In 2018, I was on a cruise when a "man overboard" call went out. A member of housekeeping spotted someone treading water through a cabin porthole. We all assumed it was a passenger from our vessel, so the ship stopped and they searched for 2 hours before they found him. Once he was rescued, we learned that he was actually an employee from another cruise ship that had passed by the day before. That ship searched for him but eventually gave up. He was treading water for 24 or so hours when we happened to spot him. He was dehydrated and exhausted but otherwise okay. Absolutely wild that he made it that long and that he was even spotted. I got a piece of clothing from a thrift store, and it had a movie ticket from 1997 in the pocket. My vegan chicken wing had a wooden bone in it. I believe the correct term is a stick. Our hotel room bath filled up from the ceiling. Careful, op. That's the used bathwater from the room upstairs. These colorful cars happened to be parked next to each other in the otherwise dull sea of grayscale cars. I ordered a carbon steel Japanese chef's knife and it came with 2 band-aids. Found a pair of handcuffs attached to a leg of the bed in my Airbnb in Tijuana. My dog has a claw that is half black and half white. They also desperately need to be trimmed lol. The way this and Quat, and Quat, was relocated after a wreck. My school's 2001 yearbook has a top 10 band, artist list new album, and that's the D. The way this graffiti artist left train car information readable. This truck has a wrap to make it look bad. A church steeple blew off during a storm last night. Warning at a gas station over a tortilla chip for sale. The most common items in my kid received on Halloween, Canada. My GameStop still has the Mario Galaxy 2007 promo in their windows. My daughter was born with hobbit feet. You spend 9 months soaking in amniotic fluid and let's see how your feet look. The Pizza Hut in my hometown looks unchanged from the 1980s when I first came here. My garlic turned blue in the oven. Acid will do that to garlic. I'm guessing there's citrus, wine or vinegar involved with that dish. Yep, lemon juice. You shouldn't be adding lemon juice so early. High heat denatures and destroys the citrus taste. You should be adding it right near the end. Edit. I've had the same question asked a few times now, so I'll answer it here. If you are preparing salmon, for example, and the recipe calls for lemon slices on top, that's mostly fine. It's not how I do it, but it's not a sin. Citrus zest, or even rind if you desire, are fine to cook with. Just avoid adding any citrus juice directly to it until the end. Yeah, the recipe called for it to be added to the garlic butter beforehand and I thought it was weird. It also gave the fish a weird texture. Won't be doing it again. Adding lemon rind is a good way to give it lemon flavor without having to worry about changes from or to the acid in the juice. Store in LA has a lifelike wax statue to deter break-ins. Hundreds of antlers I found in a room of an abandoned factory in Ontario, Canada. OC. One segment of this Kinder Bueno didn't get filled up. This toilet can flush 7 billiard balls per flush. I flushes 7. Billiard balls 5. In a single flush IR flush. I white. This French fry is 8 inches long. This entire refrigerated section is dedicated for just lemon Gatorade. They often do this when there's a shortage of something and don't want the shelves to look empty. My gummy bear Coke bottle looks like a revolver. This garage on a second floor. This jar makes sure you never have to go digging in the bottom. A lot of soda cans in Hawaii have a rib top. Apparently they only have one can-making plant and it's 30 years old. Link. What do you mean? 1979 was only 20 years ago.